Sorry, I'm late. Oh man, we're going all natural today. There's no lights. We got enough natural light in the room. Got enough natural light in the room. Am I looking jacked? Looking jacked yet? Looking jacked? How do I look? I've been watching some fucking hour-long clip of a Murph of the 2015 men's Reebok CrossFit Games. Just you do some nicotine, take some caffeine. Before you know it, you're watching 2015 CrossFit Games. It's just like, what the fuck? The hell am I doing? Um, yeah, this is a men's Murph. I've never done a Murph. I'm getting an idea though. I'm getting ideas of doing a Murph for the content. It'd be pretty funny because you guys can see like how terrible I am at calisthenics. I suck at push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups. Like that shit is I'm so bad at it, man. Like it's terrible. My anaerobic fitness is garbage. Garbage, bro. Garbage. It's like all-time worst. It's like all time. All time. All time, bro. All time. Nobody's more unfit anaerobically than I am. But I'm a good runner though. So you would see that I do well on the runs. I'd probably have to get a GoPro or something. And then like how would I do this? Maybe I could stream it, but like I'd have to live stream different cameras at once. Is that possible? I think it is. Is it? I don't know. It would be complicated. It would be complicated. I probably won't stream it, but I might do a video. Probably won't. Honestly, I don't know. I'm faded. I'm faded, bro. I'll say anything right now. I'll say anything right now, bro. Faded off that nicotine and caffeine. Faded. Faded. Some song like that. It's like a dance song. Faded. Um Yeah, I just got finished watching Hodar versus Zverev, which I was hoping it'd be a closer, more contested match, but it seems like Hodar is just he's kind of burnt out from this tournament, and he didn't really have much left. He made it competitive first set, but he didn't win it, and I feel like he had to win that one. Zverev was obviously just serving incredibly, looks very good, so Zverev is obviously the favorite to win the French Open now that Sinner and Alcaraz and Djokovic are not in the tournament. So I'm kind of pulling for Zverev. I would like to see Zverev win. I think he deserves one. I think he deserves one. He's had such heartbreaking losses in finals, and he's gotten beat by Sinner like so many times. He's had some pretty bad losses in finals. The loss to Team, and then the loss to Sinner in Australia. The loss, I think he had lost in against Djokovic or something in the French. I think that's when he had his injury or something. Could be mistaken, but yeah, it's just I'd like to see Zverev get one, but hey, Fonseca, Mensik, Berrettini, Arnaldi, Caboli, FAA. I'm sorry, but I can't stand FAA. Felix, I fucking can't stand the dude, bro. I can't stand Felix, bro. Felix is just so boring, bro. Dude has like no personality. Um, he's just like a bot out there. He's just weird. Plus, he looks weird. Looks like a black alien lizard, uh, dinosaur type. But yeah, three Italians in the men's quarterfinals. That's crazy. Caboli, Berrettini, and Arnaldi. Arnaldi, Jesus. So I'm thinking the favorites to win it all now are. I think whoever comes out between Menchik, Fonseca, and Zverev. I think it's between them three. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Caboli just FAA, FAA maybe, FAA maybe. Yeah. You could probably say it's between FAA, Zverev, Fonseca, and Mensic. I would say I don't really give the Italians much of it. Like Caboli, Berrettini, Arnaldi, I just don't. They're not going to win it. They're not going to win it. You can bank on that. You can take that to the bank. But yeah. Let's look through your guys' comments here. Instant coffee and nicotine pouches. I wish I didn't have to eat and could survive off those. Same, dude. Same. I wish I didn't have to eat. Eating is so. Bro, what's up with eating, man? You have to do so, especially if you have to cook it. I hate cooking and I hate doing dishes. Starting to realize why women did this for so long. Because men caught on real early. I don't like doing this. I don't like cooking. I don't like doing dishes. I don't have time for it, bro. It's a waste of time. It's irrelevant. I need to eat. That's it. I need to eat, and then I need to not, and then I need to keep doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't really enjoy eating too. I wish I didn't have to eat. I wish I didn't have to eat, man. Thumbnail looks like me after a weekend bender. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bro looks like he's been in an island for a year and his only friend is a coconut. Funny you say that because only friend is a coconut. You mean a volleyball? Um, we do have it coming. We have it coming, guys. We have the actual volleyball coming. And it's not just a volleyball. It is I found a volleyball on Amazon that is a castaway volleyball. Like it has Wilson on it with the hand in red with the eyes. It looks exactly like Wilson. So we will have it today. But I couldn't wait until it was delivered to stream because I don't know when it's going to be delivered. It could be delivered right now. It could be delivered at 8 p.m. tonight. So can't really bank on that. So, but we will have it. And then I'll be castaway maxing. Be channeling my best Tom Hanks. Hoffman Pack does 50 antler push-ups daily. Damn. I do not do push-ups daily. That's nice though. You're probably pretty good at push-ups. What the hell are you smoking, dude? I'm not smoking. No. I'm not smoking. What are you, nuts? Yeah, got that winter grains in. Not sponsored. Imagine if I was sponsored. Imagine I was sponsored by Zyn. Be hilarious. I feel like I'd be the type of guy to be sponsored by Zyn. You know what I mean? If Zyn was gonna want to sponsor, I think I'd be a perfect type of dude. Play Halo? No. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll think about it. I'd have to download the game though. Not on this stream, maybe in a later stream. That'd be some nostalgia, huh? Why nicotine, man? Trying to quit smoking? No. No. Trying to stay sane. Trying to enjoy my life. Trying to loosen up, not take life so seriously, not take myself so seriously. I'm trying to get out of this self-improvement trap that I've found myself in. My whole life I've been in like a self-improvement trap that I'm just constantly I have to have a clearer mind, I have to have a sharper mind, I have to have a cleaner diet, I have to look better, I have to work out harder, I have to investigate myself further, I have to make more money, I have to not waste my time. Don't waste your time. Don't do the things that most people do, or you'll just be like most people, Trying to get out of that. Because it's a trap that's gotten me. My little bro does a Murph daily. He's in Fed law enforcement. Wow. Really valuing you. That's impressive. That's impressive. A Murph daily? That's nuts. You know what a Murph is? A Murph is a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and another mile run. A mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and another mile run. He does that every day, bro. That's crazy. That's the wildest thing I've ever heard. Oh, man. I love the assisted pull-up machine. Same, yeah. I like that. Although, if you watch these CrossFit pull-ups, those aren't pull-ups. I'm sorry, but those are the wackest thing. Is CrossFit even still going on? Is that a thing anymore? I don't even know. But I just they got to do something about the pull-ups, man. And CrossFit pull-ups should be like pull-ups, no swinging. No swinging. It should be you can't use your legs at all. You got to like cross them or something. Yeah, there's got to be something, man. It's got to be in rescue swimmer school, bro. Everything was so strict, man. Everything was so strict. Push-ups, sit-ups, there were guidelines for everything. With pull-ups, your chin had to come not only above the bar, it had to be fully above the bar and forward. It had to be like on your throat. You had to look forward. If you're up like this, if you look like this, if the bar's right here and you're looking up, it's a no rep. Seriously, it's a no rep. You have to look forward. If you can't look forward, it's a no rep. You can't swing. It's got to be something like that. Dude, I look like shit right now. Holy shit. This real light is not it's not that flattering, huh? Damn, that's what I actually look like. Fuck. Finally caught you live. Beard looking studly. How's the no work life? It's okay, man. We're not making a lot of money. It's not looking good. I just banned my biggest donor, so things are probably going to get rough here, but you know, I love a challenge. Love a challenge. Yeah, growing out the beard. Growing out the beard. We're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going until they arrest me for having a beard that's too long. Until people start protesting in the streets. Until people start mass unsubscribing. Yeah. Have you done it? Have you had a donut since the last disaster? Interesting question. I think I finished that box, whatever box I had. I think I finished it, and then that was it. I didn't have a donut since then. Although I wouldn't be opposed. Hoffman Pack says I smoke cigarettes. Nice. V Diggory says I live in nicotine heaven in Finland. There are so many different types of pouches, and you can get pretty strong ones. Nice. Hell yeah, bruh. Didn't have coffee for 2 days, but I'm having a cup now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Coffee and nicotine, baby. I quit. I quit the clean life thinking that I should be something like fuck it, bro. Whatever, bro. I could be dead tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I'm not sure you should live this life like you're gonna get a grade or something. Did you see Tim Davies at FastJet Performance reacting to one of your vids? No, I didn't. I don't really watch anybody that reacts to my vids. I just don't. It's not really something I'm interested in. What's another reaction, bro? On the internet, it's all the same. Same bullshit. You into UFC or hockey at all? I'll watch it if it's, if it's like a social thing, I'll watch it. Or if it's like super, like, I don't know. I rarely watch UFC. I actually canceled all of my. I canceled hella subscriptions, bro. I looked at like all the subscriptions that I was paying for. Get this, man. Unbelievable. You won't believe this. You will not believe this. What's in there? Okay. So these are all the subscriptions that I had that I canceled. Spotify, $12.99 a month. YouTube TV, $82.99 a month. I did cancel it. I might get it back though. I don't know. The budget is, we're poor right now. We're very poor right now, so I have to. This is why I did this, because I'm like, okay, I need to see like how much money I'm spending that's not needed. ESPN with the unlimited bundle with Hulu and all that shit, $23. And then the ESPN Plus just app, $10.99. By the way, I was getting charged for both of those. If you guys don't know, you might be getting charged for both of those if you have both. Microsoft, $10. Calendly, $12, even though I no longer do the calls anymore. New York Times, $4. Fuck that. Free Press, $10. Fuck that. Audible, $12. Got rid of that shit. ChatGPT, $20. Got rid of that liberal fuck. Replace them with Grok. Chess, $17 a month. I never play chess. Don't need it. Netflix, never watch it. $20 a month. Got rid of it. Paramount Plus, never watch it. $14 a month. Got rid of it. And I was subscribed to something called The Informationist, which is a subscription on Substack. $25 a month. Got rid of it. All of that totaled $273 that I was paying that I just, aside from the YouTube TV, I didn't use any of that. Well, I didn't, well, ChatGPT, but that was the only other one. But I can just replace that with Grok. $273, bro. That's crazy. I got rid of it. I got rid of all that. The only subs I have now are HBO Max because I have to watch the Roland Garros. Adobe Premiere because in case I have to edit videos, I do that every now and again. And then my gym membership. So crazy. Bro, talk about semen retention and the effects you've gone through. Bro, I mean, I haven't really, I'm not really like, I can't really talk about semen retention anymore because I don't think I'm really retaining semen all that well. Let's see. You guys want to know? I write down every ejaculation. Since I tell you guys everything. Since I have no woman to tell everything here. I'll just tell everyone everything. Since it can't be, Okay. March, I did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ejaculations. April, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ejaculations. May, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ejaculations. Can't really talk about it, bro. 10 ejaculations, like 4 ejaculations in a month in the semen retention community is like, they'll hang you for that. They'll shoot you for that. They'll put you in a firing line for that. You know what I mean? Dudes will like unsubscribe. They'll like report you. They'll call the FBI. They'll call SWAT, bro. They'll fucking burn your photo in a fire. You know what I mean? Dude, like these, you don't even understand, man. You don't even understand. They would actually put you at the guillotine if they could. 4 ejaculations in a month. You're kind of like the second coming of Satan. You are effectively the devil in the semen retention community. 4 ejaculations a month. And I have 8 and 10 in the last 2 months. Bruh. I'm way behind on the chats. Library Cop says, "Oh my god, Wilson." Yeah, Wilson's gonna be a thing. Yep. I don't know where I'm gonna put him. I might just put him on the ottoman. You know, we want him in the background somewhere, but close enough where you can make him out. So I might just put him on the ottoman there. Maybe on the couch. Maybe on the arm of the couch. I don't know. To fight busting nuts is to fight the very fabric of what makes us procreational creatures. It's working against ourselves. Sounds good to me. No fap is more about not edging than the release and how long you edge for. That's not true. It's not true at all. So you're on nicotine now? I am since yesterday. Caffeine and nicotine since yesterday. I had 2 pouches yesterday. I've had 1 so far today. It messed up my sleep a little bit, but not as bad as the first time. I'm sure my dick is not like ideal right now, but I don't care, man. I'm not gonna use it anyway. You know what I mean? I'll never use it ever again with a woman. So who am I kidding? What do I need an erection for? You know what I mean? I don't even, it's over. You know, like I, I don't need it. Maybe that's, yeah, that's why, you know, it's just like, I just don't need this anymore. I just don't need this, you know, none of us do. None of us do. It's wrapped. It's wrapped, bro. See how happy he is all nicotined up with the caffeine? Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing what a little alteration via a substance does to your well-being. I think humans evolved to consume caffeine and nicotine. I actually think it's natural. It's part of our DNA. You should also make a mini friend for Wilson, a mini tennis ball Wilson. Library cup. It's a typical woman advice. Should I make a mini friend for the mini Wilson as well? Like a ping pong ball? How about a mini friend for the ping pong ball as well? A marble? One of those balls that you do with what is it? The what's that game? It's with the ball and the cross things. I don't know what that is. Oh, what the hell is wrong with you? A lot. A lot. A lot. Or nothing. Oh. Mitsamits sends $1.69. That's weird. It didn't even alert me. Thank you. Thank you, man. Didn't alert on the screen. Interesting. I actually don't think Chang smokes. It never smells like cigarettes. If he does smoke, he doesn't smoke inside. And I think I would know. Chang's actually not a smoker, even though he's Chinese. It's quite incredible. Have you ever thought of making your own cider from Granny Smith apples? No. I watched Blue Valentine the other night, a realistic movie about how a woman washes her hands of you in a relationship no matter what you do. Nice. 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 Um, I did play Pornhub Premium 10.99. What's on Pornhub Premium? That sounds like something I'd be interested in. You spend like a woman? I do. I do. I need to stop. I need to stop. That's your rent per month? 275 is your rent per month, Hoffman Pack? God damn, bro. You must live with your parents. I wish. I fucking wish. So what's your plan for the near future, dude? Do you have a plan or are you just going to wing it? Yeah, no plan, man. Just winging it. Yeah, I'm not really good with the plans. All my plans seem to fail. So every time I make a plan, it just doesn't work. So I just kind of wing it. So, I was on this kick for, I'll get to your super chat library cop, but I was on this kick of, obviously you guys know I'm taking the creatine and the protein and the multivitamin and eating the animal products and the protein, all that stuff. working out. For a few days there, I was like, I got to get in protein every meal, and like everything's got to be, you know, got to get a lot of whole foods in, make sure got good carbs, good clean carbs, like make sure lots of diversity, lots of color, good things for my gut, all this stuff. Man, it's I'd like to eat that way, but to prep all that, like to make it all myself, again, it's just I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I woke up yesterday and I was just like, man, I don't, or maybe the day before. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing any of this. It was the day that I was gonna do a day of eating video. I was just like, man, I'm so tired of like cooking and like doing dishes and making like just making sure I get enough protein and like all this just bruh. It's not the thing is, I'm not I'm not doing that intuitively, you know? I seem to be a person I like to live intuitively. I like to do the things that are kind of the easiest, least path of resistance. I know that's not popular, but I like the least path of resistance. Love it. Whatever's like kind of the easiest, whatever kind of just happens naturally, whatever just kind of flows, I'll do it. That's what I tend to do. All these things that I think I should do, like that, I was eating that way because I thought I should. And it never lasts because I'm just like, this is all based on an idea of what I should do. What do I feel like doing? What do I feel like doing? And the answer was, I just don't feel like doing half of this. So, um, what do I feel like doing? I feel like having a couple of cups of coffee and like popping a nicotine pouch and just sitting in front and watching some tennis. And then when I get hungry, I don't know, I'll just make some oatmeal or something, have a banana. That's what I feel like doing. So, uh, I did get some sun yesterday too, because I played tennis with the gay Asian praying mantis. Library Cop says, "Hey, sweetheart, I sent you a song. You'll love it. It's a mysterious little song." Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can't play songs on the stream, but I will take a look at it. I will take a look. I will take a listen. I will listen. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. It's interesting. Marshall remains on YouTube, yet Raymond is getting run out of town by women on YouTube, e.g., Shelby. Well, I mean, me and Raymond are very different. Yeah. I try not to, just comment about women like all the time. It's it risks something like that happening. I try not to comment on the person, you know, try to address like what they're saying. I try to make observations that are just kind of fairly innocuous, but they're not like um, they're not malicious in any way. You know what I mean? I'm not out to start shit. I don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke, bro. You have the pull-up bar? Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'll show you. It's over there. Yet to use it, actually, since I bought it. So oh, oops. Right there. Um, yeah, does Pornhub Premium have 4K porn? I'd be interested. What's the topic? Whatever I feel like talking about. Yeah, I did play the Gauge and Praying Mantis yesterday, and we went to a nicer tennis court because I picked it. I said, "Hey, what do you think of going to this tennis court?" And he was like, "Yeah, sounds good." We went there. Of course, it was great. It had there's more tennis courts there, and also the courts are pretty high quality. And I had asked him, I was like, when we got there, I was like, have you ever played here before? And he was like, no. It just blew my mind, bro. I was just like, oh my God, we've been playing at fucking. It's just, I really do have to, sometimes I have to, you know. Anyway, the two courts that he chose, one of them was like, there were two courts. Well, actually, both of these courts have pickleball nets, right? So that's the main problem is there's a ton of pickleballers that come and can take over a court. The court that I picked, it's a strict rule. There are no pickleball nets. So there are no pickleballers that will ever come here. It's strictly for tennis. The other problem is that one of the courts that he picked, there were like 4 courts, and they're all garbage. Like the quality of these courts and nets is like terrible. Awful, bro. The other one, the quality is pretty decent. It's not bad at all. And but there's only 2. There's only 2. So we went there one time and it was taken, and at like 11 a.m. like both were taken. It's just like this wouldn't be a problem if there were more courts. So I think we found our like main courts now. Like, and it was my pick because, you know, obviously I make the best decisions, you know. So, what I noticed is that he actually has a car. I took a first glance at his car the other day for like the first time. This car is busted, dude. He has like a busted ass car. Busted. It has like duct tape on it and like dents and scratches, and I'm just like, holy shit, man. The hell did you do? Fucking drive this through Iraq or something, like a war zone? You fucking, is this car in Israel or something? A bomb go out in Lebanon or some shit? Bomb strike this? Drone? What is this? But no, he's cool. I did win my first set against him yesterday. I did. It was in a tie break. Took it all the way to a tie break, and I won 7-3, 7-2 in the tie break. So, but then he beat me the other 2 sets. The set after, he won like 6-1. Absolutely clobbered me. But again, it was just, I even told him as much, like, yeah, I just get I've realized that I just have terrible emotional control. It's just the truth, man. I just have terrible emotional control. It might seem like I have good emotional control, but I actually don't. I actually really don't. And you will find this out when I play a sport. Just have me play a sport, have me compete at something, and you will see how little emotional control I have. Like I'll be fucking when I was super frustrated yesterday, I like punted a fucking ball up into the sky like super high. I like just threw my racket on the court, you know what I mean? I threw it like a few times. I didn't like smash it, which like professional tennis players will do. They'll like smash it, bro. Like absolutely just smash it to bits. But I just let it fall, and I was just being all dramatic and shit. I'm being more dramatic than he is, and he's fucking gay, dude. He's keeping it together way better than I am. I even told him after, I was just like, yeah, dude, I just self-destruct. Because he's such a pusher, he gets everything back, right? And again, like I'll get too aggressive with it. I'll try to hit winners, and then I'll just be just just hitting it as hard as I can, man. Like it's not even close to in the court. I'm just hitting it in the net like at 100 miles an hour. And he knows, like, okay, this dude's like losing it. You know what I mean? Like this dude's beating himself right now. And I know that it's happening when it's going on. And I'm just like, after it was done, I was just like, yeah, man, I just have terrible emotional control. I just self-destruct. I'm well aware. I'm well aware of this. And but he seems, it might be a gay thing. This is interesting actually, because the way that the sort of the behavior that I have, he seems to just like it's like he doesn't think anything of it. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it doesn't even faze him. He's just like, yeah, this is normal. Like it seems like gay guys are a little more comfortable, or at least, or maybe a lot more comfortable with dudes like kind of, being emotional than straight dudes are, because straight dudes have this idea in their head that like, oh, I have to keep my emotions in check. I have to have emotional control. I have to be so controlled. And it's just emotional suppression. That's all it is. But they lie to themselves and they think, yeah, I just have so much emotional control. I mean, maybe some of them do. Maybe some of them do. Maybe it's possible that I just. But yeah, he was a lot more comfortable with it, because gay guys they're just a lot more comfortable with like expressing their emotions, being emotional. They don't have this stigma, this pressure over their head of like, oh, I have to act like a man because they're gay. You know what I mean? The whole point of being gay is like they don't act like men, they act like women. So he seems to be just a lot better with it. A lot more comfortable with it. It just doesn't really get to him. So plus tennis is, if you've never played tennis is notoriously it's not like a team sport, It's not like you're never sharing the blame with other people. It's never delegating blame or spreading it out, You always feel, if you're losing, that it is your fault. It's never, unless the other player is just completely blowing you off the court, which is rare. Tennis is notorious for being like, you have to, if you've never played, it's a hell of a thing, because your mind has to be constantly just like in check. If you start to lose your emotions even a bit, if you start playing with a bit more like rage or whatever, things tend to devolve in extremely rapidly. Like you will start to lose points like very quickly. You'll lose a set like almost instantaneously. So it's like you have to keep a mental lock, steadiness all the time with tennis. And if things do go wrong, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So it's a solo thing. And it that's why the best tennis players in the world, who won the most majors, they were always, their minds were incredibly strong. Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, you think of those guys and it's just like they just had incredible control. But oh shit. Wait, that's wrong. Ray Ash sends the $10, says 10 pull-ups, please. Read the description, my dude. Read the description. $2 per pull-up. So you sent 10, so I will do 5 pull-ups. Read the description. I'll do 5 pull-ups. You ready? for the 10. Oh, you sent another. Oh, you sent another 10. Fuck. My bad. My bad. I'll do another 5. I'll do another 5. My bad. You guys hear that? Anaerobic fitness is just all-time low. You guys remember that song, All-Time Low? All-Time Low by John Bellion? That was a jam. That was a jam. I look unrecognizable? Why? Spaghetti sends the $5, says if Marshall's not getting laid, the rest of us are cooked. Not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily, because look, man, I'm a very unique sort of, I'm in a very unique predicament in that I've said this before, but one, you know, who knows if the dick is going to work or not on any given day. Schrodinger's dick, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard and it's limp all at the same time, but my idea of myself, my view of myself, and who I actually am is vastly those two things are incredibly far apart. So that's what tends to really do me in, because it's like I feel like I'm also, my brain is pretty fucked up about like I really only see women as like sex objects. So I don't really, nothing really appeals to me about, there's a lot that doesn't appeal to me about relationships. Although you said getting laid, you didn't say in a relationship, you said getting laid, but I want a really hot chick, you know, to bang, and I feel like I deserve one, and I feel like I don't deserve anything less, but I'm not in a good enough spot to bang a really hot chick. I think she would be fairly horrified at where I live, and it's weird because I think super highly of myself, but I actually have really low self-esteem, probably. I don't feel confident about where I live. I don't feel confident about being 33 with like kind of no job. I almost just have like zero confidence when it comes to women. I just don't think that I'm just anywhere good enough. But I still think I deserve. That's the problem. I don't think I'm anywhere good enough for what I feel I deserve. And and I'm pretty shallow, you know. Yeah. Um, and make sure. Okay, I did like them all. Listen to this album, by the way, if you've never listened to it. Great album. Idiota. I haven't listened to it in a while, though. I've been listening to I Built the Sky's most recent album. I think it's called Promise Me You'll Thrive. Great album. Great album. Really, really enjoyed it. I like Plenty's new album, too. Plenty has a good album. Plenty. P-L-I-N-I. Yeah. Been listening to Plenty and I Built the Sky's most recent albums. It's pretty good. Plenty went a little more, he didn't, kind of went away from like the jazz, went a little more hardcore with this album, kind of went a little more forward towards the metal, but I'm fine with that. Do you like Jaguar Ma? I don't know what that is. If Raymond gets laid, Marshall's dick will start to work again. That's hilarious. What about the Killers? I'm stuck in early 2000s. Dude, the Killers, man. I used to love, so when I was in high school, I would listen to exclusively these three bands: The Killers, Coldplay, and Muse. I was like obsessed with those three bands. And then as I got older, I stopped listening to them. Coldplay just got absolutely dog shit, bro. Like the last good Coldplay album was Viva La Vida, and I stand by that, bro. Like everything after that was pretty much garbage. I mean, Coldplay now is just like unlistenable. Like, you can't even listen to those guys anymore. But the Killers, man, the Killers were really good. I think Human or Spaceman or whatever album that was their last. They made that was their last good album. On their later albums, they've had some good songs, but obviously Hot Fuss was incredible. That was an all timer. But Mr. Brightside, Smile Like You Mean It. Somebody told me. Jenny was a friend of mine. Really good stuff. Muse is your favorite band, huh? Nice. Yeah. I loved Uprising. Loved Undisclosed Desires, Hysteria, Map of the Problematique, Knights of Sidonia, The Resistance. They got a lot of good stuff. Actually, hot take maybe, but the song they made for Twilight, Neutron Star Collision, damn, bro. They didn't have to go that hard with that. That was a good song. That's a good song. Neutron Star Collision. Plus, his voice is just mute. The lead singer of Muse, his voice is like pretty incredible, actually. He has a great voice. Supermassive Black Hole, yeah. Yeah. Library Cop was obsessed with My Chemical Romance, completely in love with Gerard Way. Yeah, My Chemical Romance was really good back in the day. I'm upset that he just completely stopped making stuff. But yeah, they were. Black Parade is obviously Just classic. Did you get a job yet? Why do people, I swear, I think people are starting to troll me. Why do people think I'm trying to get a job? It's one of the most insane things. All these things that I've done, yeah. All these things that I've done, yeah. The killers, yeah. Yep. Yep. That's still like one of my favorite. I gotta get the killer. You know, I don't even have them in my library anymore. I gotta get them back. But yeah, Coldplay back in the day, like I forget what whatever album it was that had the scientist and blocks on it. Like that was really good. Viva La Vida, XU, Speed of Sound. Like, man, crazy. Crazy, really good stuff. Franz Ferdinand, never really listened to them, actually. Aren't they the ones that were like, take me out? Oh, don't you know? I say, you don't know. I say, take me out. So what do you do that's deserving of a good woman? Not really anything, man. That's kind of the. I don't think I'm really deserving of a good woman. I actually think. I don't know. I actually think I might be like a psychopath or like a sociopath or something like that. Because I don't know. I don't. I'm pretty good at just like. I've had friends in my life that I can. 2 or 3 friends in my life that were very close to me, and then I just ended up leaving and never speaking to again, and without a second thought. You know, there's I seem to have this capacity to like completely just like detach from people and like forget about them. I'm not really interested in my family. I don't. My brother lives. I've said this. Like my brother lives 10, 15 minutes away, and like I never visit him. Never want to hang out with him. Never reach out to him. Never feel the desire to talk with him, or hang out with my niece or nephew. I I don't. I never call my sister. To feel no desire to talk with her. Like I don't. They're I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. Just not that normal, man. I don't have like the same. I don't know. Um, I have more theories about why. Um, Hani Ram did not email me back. It's now been like almost a month. I said before that I thought maybe it was because you know I seem like I'll divulge the private contents of our email correspondence to my audience, and that I have no respect for privacy. That is possible. It's also what's more likely. Maybe I've been thinking about this. What's more likely is that I'm pretty much radioactive. If you look at just kind of my body of work on YouTube, it's pretty. It's not really normal, and it's most people don't want to be associated with it. I would say most people they don't want to be associated with like, oh, I was like emailing that dude. You know what I mean? Um, I come off as fairly unhinged, and I can damage people's reputation by association. And so I don't think she did her homework on who I actually, or what my public sort of persona is, what I let the world see, and what, as a consequence, the world will judge me for the rest of time. And so I don't think she did her homework before reaching out. And I think what she realized is that somebody probably reached out to her and was like, hey, you do not want to be talking with this guy if you care about your image or your brand or your future or anything like that. This guy's like, you got to look closer at his stuff. Like you don't want to be associated with this. And I think that's probably what it was. I think that's probably the only other thing it could be, or it could be a combination of all these three things. The only other thing it could be is that maybe she saw that I was talking, mentioning that I had this correspondence going on with her, and she thought, man, he seems like he's bragging or something like that. He wants internet clout, or he wants like some sort of respect, or it's like a token or something, or like a badge or something. Because it's Hani Ram, she's a mystic. She's a mystic. And kind of just like fluff, what do you call it? Flaunting it. Hey, I got, a mystic in the mountains, a mysterious, attractive woman in the mountains to reach out to me. Like, look, maybe I was flexing it a bit. Hey, I take some, it means a lot, I'm flattered. I even told her as much. I'm flattered. Not every day you get a woman to reach out to you, you know what I mean? Not every day. But it was probably a combination of all those three things. I'm sure it's at least one of those things, if not two. So, yeah. Those are my guesses. Mm. Do you have a backyard? I have a back patio. I actually have another tennis match today at at 4. So I started this because I want to be able to watch started this at this time because I want to be able to watch the Fonseca Mensik match, which is scheduled for 2:15. So I'll watch some of that before I go play tennis. Gonna play it again. The thing is, man, I don't know what it is, but I hit the ball so well when we're warming up, and then as soon as the match starts, it's almost like my body just forgets how to hit the ball, and it's just like, what the hell? You know what I need to do? The way I won the second set is I have to be better at hitting the ball in a balance, in a zone, not too soft, but also not too hard. If I can just get in that zone and be patient, I have to be patient and stay neutral, but still be aggressive all at the same time. The thing is, I can't lose my aggressiveness. I still have to be aggressive, but not overdo it. And I think I can wear him down just like over time like that. I also have to do more angles. I have to stop trying to work the width of the court and start working also the depth of the court. Hit short shots more, So I have a game plan. So I'll report back to you guys maybe tomorrow or the next day. A wolf white threatened her. That's hilarious. Yo, where's Ala at, bro? I haven't seen Ala in a minute. Maybe she gave up on me. Maybe she's Team Isaiah. Just be a dick. Chicks love it. Yeah. We don't choose our family. Blind devotion and connection based on blood seems strange once you disconnect from them. Yeah. 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 100%. It's strange because in a way, like my family, don't get me wrong, like when I talk to my family, the conversations are usually pretty, they're pretty deep. They're pretty intellectual. They're pretty like substantive. Like don't get me wrong. Like my it's not like my family are like bots or anything. They're not NPCs. They're not level zeros. They can have deep discussions. Man, my father, he's kind of surface, but at least about psychological stuff. My father almost has no capacity for like psychological introspection. Like he just doesn't like self-awareness. He might have self-awareness, but he just doesn't find it interesting to talk about. He doesn't volunteer that stuff. But he can talk about like philosophy and like literature and like shit like that. But economics and socioeconomic history, like crap like that. Um, but when I talk with my brother and sister, I can have really deep conversations. But at the same time, uh, there is some sort of disconnect there. That we don't really we don't really understand each other on some sort of level. There's like a wide disconnect in some sort of way, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Um, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Plus, we spent all our childhoods together. You know what I mean? It's like, do we really need to spend that much time with each other? We know each other like so well to the point where it's just like, you start to hang out with each other again, and I don't know. Plus, they have much different lifestyles than I do. They both have kids. They're both married or formerly married. Yeah, I'm living a completely different life than them, so we're on completely different wavelengths in that way. I don't really connect with them on that level. My brother and sister connect with each other much more on a level of like, oh, we both have families, we both have kids, we both, we've done the whole thing, been married, lived in the same household with a significant other, blah 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 blah, raised kids, all this stuff. I don't have any of that, bro. Like literally nothing. Like not even a girlfriend. So we just completely, there's a huge disconnect there. So yeah. Coordination based sports, it's the pressure of the match that causes this, I think. I used to enjoy playing basketball and could hit threes all day, but as soon as the game started, I'd miss every shot. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. It is the coordination skill type sports. Very much so. Your level is low if this is peak content on the whole of YouTube. This is peak content. Peak content is subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. You want your shots to cause emotional damage as well. What? My tennis shots to cause emotional damage. Family can be cool in that they have higher tolerance for your BS. That can be nice if they are healthy and not all mental themselves. The thing is, man, we tend to well, here's the thing, we're all very self introspective to a degree. I would say more than most people, and we all like to have conversations in that theme where we're sort of investigating ourselves and each other, and can be very rich, but it also can get kind of precarious. I feel like I'm less attached than less defensive than they are. They're still they're very attached to their views, they're very attached to their opinions, and they can get very defensive. I feel like I'm just at least in that context, I'm much more emotionally controlled than they are. Now you put me on a court, you put me playing sports, my emotional control is not good. But when we're talking like, we're having discussions about self and like life, and just like when we're having debates and discussions about views and opinions and stuff like that, I have probably a level of self-control that's not common in amongst most people. I just don't really, I'm not really, can't really get me like that. But it's so funny because you put me on a court, or you make anything competitive, like you play me in a chess game, anything competitive. If we are competing and the goal is to win, you'll see that I really don't have emotional control. Or when it comes to things like personal relationships or friendships, more, but anything like romantic, when like, real feelings get involved, or attachment or something like that, I'm really bad at emotional control there too. So I think there are different contexts of, you can have good emotional control in one context of your life, or just, whatever. You can have bad emotional control in another. So it's not like emotional control is a uniform or like a universal thing. Just, do you have good emotional control or not? It's not like a binary thing. Oh, you have good emotional control, or you have poor emotional control. No, it's just like, in what context are we in right now? You know what I mean? I used to think that emotional control was a uniform, like consistent thing, continuous thing throughout all aspects of your life and self, but it's not. It's just not. I recently found out that if people can see into your backyard, you're not allowed to be naked there, but they can still call it the backyard, which implies that is the yard you can be naked in. That doesn't make sense. Are you missing any aspects of your former job? Yeah, consistent money. The pay. The pay is what I miss. Yes. Cope maxing. Library Cop says, I love to play tennis, but I hit the ball with the frame so much. Yeah. You would not be able to hit with us if you hit the ball with the frame. You got to work on it. You are not even close to our level if you're hitting the ball with the frame. You're a beginner. I would say if you guys are looking to play tennis, a really good thing, what helped me was this app called Play Your Court. It's called Play Your Court. It is a paid app. It's not that much though. Play Your Court, I think it's like $5 or $10 if that, but and then you can it shows you people, it's like basically a Facebook. It's a social media for people who just want to hook up with people to play tennis, like have tennis hitting partners, get a match going, get some hitting going. And you also put in everyone puts in their expertise level, like their skill level. And they'll give you like, they'll say like what you know, can you hit shots like this? How many consistent shots can you hit? You can hit a serve like this. You can hit this like this. You're whatever. And there's all these descriptions, and based off of what description you think you are, that's the level that you're at. And then you click that, and then it will match you with other players of your similar skill level or within that skill level. And then that's it. Like, you guys just message each other, and then usually give you guys the phone number because the app's not that great with messaging, and then just find a court and like play with each other. So it's good to find people to just play against, at your level. If you're looking to get into tennis, if any of you are, it helped me. But honestly, having friends is too expensive. I can only afford like 2 friends max. Yeah. Yeah, having friends is pretty expensive, man. People always want to go do things, spend money. They never just want to hang out. You know what I mean? That's kind of the thing about my buddy down in Richmond. Is it seems like he just always wants to go do. He always have to be doing something. Every time he comes up here, he's like, "What are we gonna do?" It's like, bruh, don't you just enjoy hanging out with me? No, we always have to be doing something. People just want to do things. It's like, why don't we just? No, I mean, it's fine though. How's the job search going? It's just, I'm definitely being trolled now. Is that just going to be the troll from now on? How's your job search going? Just for the rest of time. Found a new job yet? Try commenting on your sibling's parenting style and see how that goes. That tests emotional control. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would never dare, because I already know, like, I would get my head bitten off. They can't handle that. Especially for me, who like doesn't raise kids, I have no experience raising kids. They'll be like, "Who are you to talk? Fucking, you've never done it." We're just having discussions about women in the chat. I'm not even talking about women. What the hell? Hal, it's about time you shut up. Jesus Christ. I thought you'd given up on me. I thought you'd betrayed me. Explain yourself. Explain. Al, you got a lot of explaining to do. Not only to me, but to the chat. Al is on trial. Al is on trial. Where you been at? What you been doing? Why? Why haven't you been here? You're the managing mod. You're supposed to be at every live stream for the entirety of the live stream. This is your second job. Probably, it's honestly your first job. You seem to have a big passion for tennis. Why not work hard and become a professional tennis player? Just stating the obvious. Too good. Too good. It can't be a real question, bro. That can't be a real question. Yeah. Yep. At 33, I'm gonna start my journey to become a professional tennis player. Yep. Dude, yeah. I don't know who you are or like where you live. Do you live in like Madagascar or some shit? Are you like part of one of those tribes on an island, like a remote island that's like cannibals or some shit? This is the first phone that you've ever gotten. You have any idea where you are? What the world is? The woman looking for attention is in the house. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shots fired. Does your family think you're gay for playing tennis? No. What? The hell? Library cop, you're gonna go back to tennis lessons? Hell yeah. Do it. Fully support it. Let me know how it goes. Today I've watched the thumbnails of your first videos and it was cringe. Word semen was everywhere. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, dude, I'll sometimes like I'll scroll past my own videos on my feed. It will just pop up, like YouTube will recommend them to me, and I'll just like kind of stop and like look at, I won't even click on the video. I'll just look at like kind of my mannerisms and just my energy when I sat down and I started to make it. And like I just cringe, bro. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't even watch this. Can't even watch this, bro. Like terrible. Alice says I betrayed her doing previous stream at 3 a.m. her local time. I probably fucked up your sleep for like the last like 2 days. That's why you've been MIA, because you've been trying to like get your sleep back on track because of that. Yeah, that was my bad. My B. So hey, sometimes I got to do a late stream. What do you want from me? I can't schedule my streams around your schedule. I mean, I try to. I can't do it all the time. Can't do it all the time. Al is in Europe, yeah. Not the UK. She's not in the UK. She's in Romania. Yeah, bro, just go pro. Yeah, bro, just go pro, bro. Library Cop sends the $5. Says Marshall, the people in the chat have such great ideas for you. Thank you for the 5. Are you being sarcastic with that? I don't know about these ideas. They seem a little questionable. What music are you listening to lately? I just said that, but maybe you're new to the stream. Definitely haven't been listening to Meshuggah lately. Haven't really been feeling Meshuggah lately, but I've been listening to I Built the Sky's most recent album. It's called Promise Me You'll Thrive. And then I've been listening to Plenty's new album. I'm not sure what that one's called, but it's like Red. Um, been listening to some electronic music, like some Moderat, some Radiohead, some Keith Jarrett. I'll listen to some Keith Jarrett, like piano stuff. But downloaded some Calvin Harris the other day. Me and Gage and Praying Mantis were playing tennis the other day, and there were a bunch of pickleballers, like high schoolers, and they were all playing Calvin Harris, which is wild to me because Calvin Harris was like popular when I was in high school. So that just shows you how good Calvin Harris was. Is that these new kids on the block, these young Gen Zers, 17, 18 right now, they're playing Calvin Harris, bruh. They were like playing all his jams. Flashback, Summer, Feel So Close. Like just all of them, man. I'm Not Alone. He had so many good ones. Sliding or whatever. Calvin Harris was like larger. He was literally, I mean, from like 2009 until 2016, 17, Calvin Harris was like bigger than dance music itself. Like he was the dude. And I started listening to him in high school. Sometimes I think, man, when I was in high school, like 2008, 2009, 2010, it just had one of the most, it just, for music, man, it just feels like that period of like music was just, it was just something else, man. It was something else. I think it was just incredible. Why Rick Upson's the $2 says yes, sarcasm supermaxing. Okay, I thought so. I don't even know who's good in dance music now, you know? Like who's even good? Like Dead Mouse was good back then, 2008, 2009, 10. I mean, it was just cascade. Like it was such an interesting period for music. Like everybody was just killing it. I feel like that was the last time for like civilization, you know? If high schoolers are still playing Calvin Harris, it just goes to show, man. Dude was good. I do not give the mods a heads up before live streaming now. No. They got to be ready. They got to be ready at a moment's notice. Got to be on their toes. Alice says I went to sleep. I watched recording though the next day. I would hope so. Good. Good. Can't make this shit up. The only woman in chat is a mod. What a joke. She's not the only woman in the chat. And she's not the only mod. We have met. In fact, all the other mods are men, except for Debbie, who doesn't really comment anymore. I don't know if she watches anymore. Maybe Debbie gave up on me too. Is she still dealing with that headache? You didn't know I liked Radiohead? I love Radiohead. Love Radiohead. Radiohead's like one of my favorite bands. They're just so unique, man. they just hit in a different way than like any other kind of music. It's weird. It's weird. It's haunting. It's Radiohead, I would say, is haunting. They have a haunting quality to them. Pretty pretty interesting. Who's good in Disclosure? Yeah, Disclosure. Who's good in dance music now? Like who are the Gen Zers listening to now? All my Gen Z people. Who do you guys even listen to now? Like nobody. Nobody's even making music anymore. Everybody sucks. Everything's AI nowadays. Music is dead. Yeah. I think it is, man. I think music is dead. You're so demanding. I am demanding. I've said this. I am very demanding. How much do you pay moderators? Nothing. Just question giving the few women, literally 2% of the audience, the highest position in this meritocracy, bro. Is this meritocracy, bro? Hey, man. I'm a feminist. What do you want from me? I'm a feminist. I'm just trying to Hollywood is telling me to do this, okay? I make her the managing mod because from like the very first couple live streams, she was really the only person who seemed like sane in the chat and like had good insights, questions. She kind of seemed like, I don't know, she just seemed normal, you know? She kind of seemed, and she seemed committed. She seemed committed. That's why I gave her it. What do you want from me? I have to even out all the misogynistic shit that I've said in my channel. I have to prove that I'm not entirely a misogynist. Meritocracy. It was based on her merit. It's not because she's a woman. I didn't know. Here's the thing. I didn't know that Alla was a woman when I made her a mod. Yeah, I didn't know. Did I know? I didn't know. I didn't know that she was a woman when I made her a mod. I was just like, oh, Alla, like you seem like a good mod. And then I found out she was a mod because she emailed me something, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, you're a female. Gen Z is dead. True. Bro, music being dead is a huge red flag to the state of society. That's true. I think the music dies before the race goes extinct. That's basically like the last thing that happens. The day the music died. That's also a great album title. These Days of Nothing, The Day Music Died. Great video titles too. Being here disqualifies her from being normal. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. You don't know she's a woman. I know, but I'm fairly, I have high levels of certainty. Yeah. Dude, I have to pee. I have to pee, and then maybe I'll throw another Zin in. It's probably about that time. I think we can throw another one in. We'll be all right. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. 1 minute. How did he last for 12 hours without peeing? I didn't. You'll see I get up in that. If you watch all of that 12-hour, if you watch all of that 12-hour stream, you'll see that I get up to pee twice. I think it was twice, maybe once. It might have been once. I just didn't drink any water. I just didn't drink any water. Pouch. It's also called a, what's it called? A something pillow? What's it called? Not a lip pillow, is it? A Nick pillow? I don't know. What time is it? Just have to make sure, I don't leave this in for like 45 minutes and then become Nick sick. Alice says she's not a woman. She's a unicorn by day and mermaid by night. Yeah, she's definitely not normal. Definitely not. See, that type of shit, saying something like that, no man would say that. No man would say that. That's entirely female sentence. That's wild. If you guys could be born in 1930 or 2030, which would you choose? I'd choose 1930 because I think you're missing World War II by like a few years because you'll be like, you'll be like 10 to 15, 16 you'll be 17 right when World War II is ending, so you'll miss it, so you don't have to go die. I'd probably choose 1930. Dodged a bullet. Yo, I dodged that World War II bullet, bro. Yo, that Normandy storming, bro. Yo, I gotta chill. I gotta chill. That's the type of shit you get demonetized over. You can't make light of that stuff. It's serious. Oh shit. Dude, yeah. Alad, you'll see that I got the camera to be like, it's no longer soft skin and it's no longer auto ISO, so it's not adjusting for small, it's not adjusting the light anymore. So it just looks really clean. It's like a clean image now. Makes me look older. You guys can see like the wrinkles in my face. You know, like I have wrinkles around my eyes and stuff. Kind of see like I have a little bit, a little bit of the bags. Yeah, it's good. But Great Depression? Hello. Great Depression was pretty sure in 1930 you're just coming out of it. Right? Or am I tripping? The Great Depression was 1928 to, oh, maybe it is. I don't know. You guys probably looked it up, didn't you? Great Depression. 1929 to 1939. Yikes. Yeah, you are in the Great Depression. I think it's better to be in the Great Depression than World War II, though. As long as you don't live out in like Oklahoma or something, where the dust like and starvation killed a good amount of people, but right. Depending too much on the comments, I have to figure out something to talk about. Figure out something to talk about, Marshall. Oh shit, my bad. I'm looking at the videos, seeing if there's anything worthy. Ideally, I'd not like to look at a video if I can help it. If I can do an entire stream without looking at videos, depending on videos, I'd like to do it. But, you know, when the ideas run out, hoping this nicotine will kick in a couple minutes, and then I'll find my second wave. You know what I mean? I'm looking at a video thumbnail right now. It says, "You don't know who he is until he's aroused." Ugh. Yeah, I feel like I'm a completely different person when I'm aroused, bro. It's like, how is who we are when we're aroused? How is that who we really are? So stupid. It's a terrible take. I watch this. Maybe we'll watch that at the end. Although 2:15's coming up here. Might only have like 30 minutes left. You guys last? It's not going to be that long of a stream because I have to watch this Mensik Fonseca match. Although, I suppose I don't have to watch the very beginning. Stay a little longer. Somebody say something interesting. Get my mind, stimulate my mind. Help me lose my mind. One of my favorite Disclosure songs. And a lot of good remixes made of it. Help me lose my mind. That's also a good video title. I miss Honey Rom, bro. I miss Honey Rom. Oh well. What could have been? What could have been? Did you see my super chat? Oh, shit. Dude, Valiant you, I'm so sorry, man. Oh, shit. Nice. 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 Thank you, Valiant you, for the $5. He says, what makes you, if anything, most emotional? Follow-up. What do you think caused you to detach in general? Valiant you has great questions. I love his questions. He asks the questions that like I like answering. He has good questions. What makes me the most emotional? Well, I'd have to say sports is definitely anything competitive. Anything competitive can get me pretty emotional. I don't lose my shit. You know, I'm not gonna like cuss you out or anything or like say hurtful things. Although I did say something hurtful to my friend, but that's because I know him very, very well. And it was something that wasn't something that might have been hurtful, but it was something that was, I think, needed to be said. You know, I felt like I had to get it off my chest. What are friendships or relationships if you can't be honest with each other? You know what I mean? But with most people that I don't really know that well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna like say shit. But yeah, lack of emotional control also like doesn't look the way that you think that a lot of us think that it looks. We often think that a lack of emotional control is very obvious. It looks like just, you know, getting red and like losing your shit and cussing a lot and you know, throwing a fit, throwing a tantrum, you know, hurling insults, whatever. Lack of emotional control can manifest in many different ways. I would say one of the most clear, one of the most not really acknowledged forms of a lack of emotional control is passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressiveness is, I think, a lack of emotional control. I think people are passive aggressive because if they're actively aggressive, then that is something that's shamed. It's something that's obvious. It's something that can be thrown in their face. It's something that is just widely regarded as, oh, you're losing it right now. But people can lose it inside and just, you know, have different, they can take it out in different ways or express it in different ways. sometimes I think that's maybe why I so bad with mm, relationships, friendships. At a certain point, um, I find it easier to just leave entirely, just end it entirely, than continue to be in it and then risk, feeling more and more like I don't know, like out of control, I guess. Being in relationships and friendships has a way of bringing out the worst in you if they're doing their job, if they're if they're worth anything, probably. So I would say anything competitive, you can see me kind of lose it, and anything where we're where there's a bond being formed. If I'm bonded to someone, if you are my close friend or you're a close family member or you're a close relationship partner, if you are dear to me, if I care for you, um, then then I can, then that can come out. Then I can lose emotional control. However, it also does not look how you probably think that it looks. I don't yell. I never yell. I never yell. I don't like get, you know, massively angry and and no, I don't. A lot of it probably is I'll be honest until the point where I start to get where maybe there's disagreement and it doesn't really seem like we can resolve anything, and then I'll get I'll start to shut down because I just don't feel like there's any other move left. Like I have to shut down, I have to like remove myself or something like that. If it just doesn't feel like there's any understanding or something or openness, or I don't feel like there's enough honesty. But again, it doesn't mean that I'm always in the right and like other people are in the wrong and like I'm always justified in what I do. I'm well aware that I am probably I'm not under no illusions that I'm healthy in any way. I think that I'm not healthy. And this is just how I deal with interpersonal relationships. And I started to kind of lack emotional control when things like working for that company. My I was working for that company and I was doing I was doing really well and I was a great employee for him. And it was a small business and I've been working with him since basically the beginning of his business, maybe 2 years after it. But I got it to a point where he wasn't even making money when I started. And then over the 2 years that I was working, it started to become a lot more like I told him we should move it to the warehouse and not in a storage unit and not in an upstairs storage unit and a downstairs and multiple. And it was just, the elevator would stop working and then you have to bring all the orders down the stairs. And it was just, there were some growing pains that just had to be sorted through. And it wasn't just my idea. It was, he knew these things as well. But there were a lot of things that I told him that, made the business more efficient and run better. And it was just, we got it to a point where it was a lot better. Um, However, I started to realize that, like I said, I don't feel like I was compensated enough for what how much I was contributing and what I could contribute, like even my potential of what I could do. And so I stopped myself from doing more and more and more. But when you stop yourself from doing more and more and more, it's frustrating because there's so many things that you can see in a small business that need to be refined. Things can be better. Little things. I have pretty good attention to detail, and I'm really good at like the details. I'm really good at like the operations of things. I find the subtleties are pretty fascinating. I think the more, I don't know, focused you get on the little things, everything tends to run smoother. However, not everybody has the priority or the attention to detail that I do, and my boss is one of those people. He's a big picture guy. He the business was successful from a standpoint of it made money and it was good and it was operational and it was pretty smooth, but it was nowhere near what it could be. It was nowhere near what it should be, in my opinion. And it seemed like he's tried to start a second business, and without even, I mean, you haven't even perfected this thing yet. And now you're starting a second business. And, he's just always doing stuff, and he's just he doesn't really have the standards that I do. And so there was just a disagreement on what this company should be, and it's his company. And so I just didn't. I also wasn't sure that I wanted to, no matter how much money I made, I wasn't sure that I really even wanted to put forth all this effort to do what was necessary. And so that stuff can get me emotional. I tend to nitpick, and I saw a lot of things with that business that could be better, but I didn't want to change them because I felt like I shouldn't have to change all of these. I shouldn't have to do all this stuff. This should all be, there should be a crew that does all these things. These should be delegated. All these things should be taken care of. I could have worked on that, but I would have been needed to be paid more. And so yeah, that type of stuff that can get me frustrated. Yeah. But it's not to say that it's not to say that I was right. I was just as much a part of that. Well, I don't know if I was just as much a part, but he was probably more of a reason why this business was successful. Don't get me wrong. He started the business, he got it up and running, he created it. And it was a successful business, which is not something that a lot of business owners can say. I mean, most businesses fail. He got something that was working, and there was a demand for it, and it was operational, it was making money. Now, I don't think that he spends his money that well. I don't think he's that wise with his money. But he was much bigger part of why everything was successful than I was. That doesn't escape me. He has strengths that I do not. He has a lot of things. He has a lot of tools in his toolbox that I just do not have. He has drive, he has motivation, he has vision, he has a big picture, he has energy, he has all these things. He just lacks attention to detail and specifics and sort of an operational mind. He has more of a visionary mind. And but it's not to discount or discredit him in any way. I mean, he was a great boss in a lot of ways. He has a lot of strengths. Very good, very understanding, very good communicator. Um, he was by far the best boss that I've ever worked for, but nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, and I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about that. I mean, value news question just brought this up, but what else did you ask? What do you think caused you to detach in general? What caused me to detach in general? Caused me to detach in general. What exactly delivery did you work in? I no, it wasn't FedEx or UPS. It was a small business. I was delivering. I guess I don't know. I might go back to work for it, so I don't know if I should dox myself, but it was, it had something to do with moving. Um, but yeah, heavy equipment, heavy equipment. Should take this out before I start buzzing too hard. What caused me to detach so much? Caused me to detach so much is that for me, I guess the thing that caused me to detach so much is that for me, the way that it seems most people succeed in this life, the methods, the mechanism, the way that they get to success, the way that they achieve success, it seems like those methods just never worked for me. Anytime I try to achieve success the way that others do, um, I always failed. I just always failed in literally everything. I mean, you could think of anything. It seems like the more I care about things, the more I fail at them. I guess that's probably if I could sum it up in one sentence, it would probably be that. The more I care about things, the more I fail at them. Um, the more I try to make shit happen, the more things just fall apart, you know. For other people, it seems like their whatever code that they're running on, whatever script they're running on, whatever game path they're on, it seems like that works for them. It gets them success. It's just a matter of how much do they want it, how hard are they willing to work, all this stuff. How motivated are they? These are things that just always seem to work against me. It really only seems that I succeed by caring as little as possible. And it's also a way to protect myself from, I guess it's a defense mechanism to a certain extent. It's just a way to protect myself from pain, pain of failure, pain of, you can only fail so many times in life before you start to just kind of lose your drive, lose your hope, lose your interest, lose your motivation. I mean, people see me now and they're like, dude, this guy's like, he's Doomerville, he's Black Pill, he just doesn't care. Like he doesn't get it. Like this crypto puppets guy who's like trying to help me. Like, you gotta set goals, dude. You gotta have a plan, you gotta have a vision, I could help you, transcendental meditation, do this, do that, eat well, do this. Look, man, um, people see me now like that, and the thing is, you don't understand. I'm 33, almost 34, and I've had all my teens and 20s where where I did all this stuff. I tried all this stuff. I lived that. I've lived that, and nothing. I mean, it just didn't. It didn't work. It didn't work. However, I will say that for most of my 20s, I was vegan. That's why I'm changing my diet, because I thought, look, I've been vegan for basically a decade, 11 years. Maybe there is something to eating animal products. Maybe I do lack, certain nutrients, or like my brain's just not healthy, or, you know, maybe I have to change that. So I'm looking at all these angles to see, what can finally, help. But um, yeah, I also just really like peace. I like peace. It seems that a lot of the things that involve success, whether it's career success, or relationship success, or just life success, they inherently involve chaos. They involve ups and downs, and yeah, you might have some highs, but you're also going to have some major lows, and there's going to be, they involve having other people in your life, and they just seem. Uh, I just like peace, man. I like simplicity. I like peace. I like predictability. Um, so in a way, I kind of, it's just trade-offs. It's trade-offs. I probably one of the most peaceful, predictable, organized, in order, chill, zen lives that a person can have. However, the cost of that is I lack um pretty much I lack meaningful relationships with people. I lack a social life. I now lack a job or a career. I lack family closeness. I lack interest in things. You know, but it's the price you pay. It's the price you pay. There is no. You can't have your cake and eat it too in this life. You can't get the best of all worlds. Whatever you want is going to come at the cost of something else. And so I'm under no illusions that if I wanted certain things like a good friend group, or more people around me, or a relationship, or, closeness with my family, I understand that would come at the cost of my peace. That would come at the cost of a feeling of certainty or order in my life. And currently, as it stands, I'm just not willing to. That doesn't seem like a wise trade-off. That doesn't seem like there's enough ROI in that to sacrifice what I currently have. And like, bro, I was like chilling, laying in bed last night, and there's just like women's softball on, the Women's College World Series of softball. And like, just the vibes in here, the lights, and, the fans kind of going at a low volume. And, um, I just played tennis, 2.5 hours of tennis. I was pretty exhausted. I popped a Zyn right after. And then I ate some chicken and some rice, and so I had some avocado, and I was just laying there, and I was just like, man, like I this is just it's so nice. It's so nice, Like this is just nice. It's so peaceful. So peaceful. Like I feel like I could just die, you know what I mean? Like it's just like what else do I need? I'm looking around at everything, and it's like I actually have a lot. Like, you know, I have a good setup. Like I got supplements over there. I got a piano. I played some piano yesterday, and it was really good. I played an hour of piano. I got the books over there on the bookshelf that I never read. I got the pull-up bar that have yet to use. Really good like LED lights, and just I have this great setup with the camera and the live streams, and I can play video games if I want. I have the YouTube TV. Um, I have music on my phone. I have the Bluetooth, and there's nothing wrong. My living situation is like really good. I don't have noisy neighbors. There's no noise around except for them walking all the time up there, and Chang just being in the kitchen all the time. But like they never bother me. They never try to make it like they never try to get too close. They understand that this is purely contractual. I think we all understand that this is just contractual. We try to minimize. Well, it helps that he doesn't speak English, but then his son, I almost never see his son. And I think they just understand that things just go better when it's just purely contractual. When you guys don't try to, we're not trying to make this like some sort of, oh, we live in the same house, let's bond, let's like get to know each other, like because like once you do that, like things start to get there's a little more friction that gets introduced. It's better that we just don't bond. We just keep it purely like I give you money, I live down here, you guys live up there, we don't talk to each other, all that stuff. And so I'm just really grateful. I am very grateful. It might be the caffeine and the nicotine that I'm on, but the animal products, I don't know, but yeah. I've had so much chaos in my life, from people. People can cause me to feel so out of control. I'm yeah, the way I was raised, it was made very early on. A huge impression was made on me in life that um people just really really cause a lot of chaos for me, and I'm not blaming it on them. I'm sure it's as much to blame of myself. It's probably something that I need to work on in myself, but um I, I don't know if I don't have to. If you're good with not having the it's only a problem, people causing chaos in your life and like causing you emotional, swings and turmoil and distress, along with emotional highs as well, euphoria at times, who knows, great memories. It's only a problem. That's only a problem if you want relationships, like you want meaningful relationships in your life, because then you're forced. It's like, well, I can't be alone. You know what I mean? Like I have to figure out how to deal with people because I want relationships. I want friendships. I want family. I want a social group. I want a coworker group. I want this, right? And so you're kind of forced to deal with, it's almost like you're forced to become a more socially adept person, or work on your interpersonal skills or your social skills or your emotional regulation. And um, you're forced to do that stuff because those are the things that you want. But if you don't want that, if you're actually just good with doing away with that, and you're willing to pay the price, if you value peace and order and chillness over the highs and lows and the experiences and the this and the that of of friendships and relationships, if that's something that you just really, you really are good with doing away with, then it's not really, you don't really have to work on that. I guess maybe that's kind of the point that I'm at. Yeah. I talk long enough. Getting sticky sends the 2 pounds. Says pull-ups. 2 pounds. What's pounds? Pounds to dollars? That's $1.35, bro. That doesn't even get you a pull-up. You're 65 cents short. You're 65 cents short, bro. You want, I can give you 3/4 of a pull-up. I'm kidding. I'll give you a pull-up. I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll give you one. Even though you're jipping me. Discount pull-up. Discount pull-up. There's a house centipede over there. I got hella house centipedes in my crib. Dude, they be killing everything in here. I don't have to worry about a bed bug infestation. I don't have to worry about ants. I don't have to worry about cockroaches. I don't have to worry about spiders, because like these dudes just, they kill everything, bro. These dudes are like fucking special forces in here, man. They're everywhere. I mean, they're not. I wouldn't say they're everywhere. I see one like every. I probably see one like every other day or every 3 days, and they're actually good. They're actually good to have in your house, because they get rid of pests that are worse. So I'll put it to. Yeah, me and the house centipedes. We don't need nobody, bruh. We don't need nobody. Let's see if my Wilson volleyball was delivered yet. Wilson, are you here? Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson. Wilson, I'm sorry. No, not here yet. He's taking his sweet time, isn't he? What is he, floating here on an ocean? Watch me get the one that Tom Hanks lost. It'd be wild. However, there is a spider, call him Frank the Spider, that is in the corner of my bathroom. And he's been there for, man, we've kind of grown up together. I've watched him since he was a baby. He's been up there for, man, it's got to be 8 months. Something like that. Like he was there all through winter. I feel like he was there in the fall. But what's weird is he'll disappear sometimes. This last time he'll disappear for stints, and then he'll come back. This last time he was gone out of his corner for like, dude, he must have been gone for like a month or something. Dude was gone. I was like, where is this guy? I thought he had died, because I don't think the previous time he was gone for a month. But so I was like, okay, he must have kicked it, or one of the house centipedes got him or something. Like this guy got it. This guy got taken out. R.I.P. Frank. And so I was just kind of, I didn't I didn't do a, a ceremony or nothing. Like, I didn't do a funeral for him, but I did think like maybe I'll never see him again. Like 4 days ago, bro, he shows like he's there, and he's bigger. He's bigger. So he was hunting for like a month, bro. He was like trying to eat. I think that's what they do. They leave and go eat like a ton, and then like come back and then just like sleep for like a month or two, and then they go and hunt for a month, make themselves all full, and then like come back and just chill. Because he'll chill up in the corner for like he's there all the time. He's never gone. He'll just chill up there for a month or two, and then he'll leave. So I was like, oh shit, what's up, Frank? I was so stoked to see him, bro. I was just like, oh shit. Look what the fucking cat drug in. The nigga is back. Let's watch him. Frank, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry. Bulking Frank. Frank's on a bulk, dude. Frank is on a bulk. Bro went on a pilgrimage. Yeah, dude. That dude went and fucking took some ayahuasca in fucking Mexico or some shit. Fucking tried to change his life around. Have some realizations. Came back a new man. A new spider. Ask him to do some muscle ups. Nah. Let me get 5 pull-ups, Bresky. Oh shit. I'll answer you when I do the 5 pull-ups. Hold up. I gotta do RPM Nitro's 5 pull-ups. You guys keep making me fucking turn this camera. This is the most annoying part. I'm not jacked yet, but I will be soon. You went on vacation? Set up a camera? Dude, I should set up a camera. You guys want to watch Frank? Frank on a live stream, bro? I should probably, you know how when I leave or before the stream starts, you know how there can be a trailer? I should probably just have a, that would be really difficult though. Probably won't happen, but there was just a constant camera feed going hooked up to Frank the Spider in the corner. That way you guys can watch him. It'd be super boring though. He like never moves. Except when I take a shower. When I take a shower, he takes a shower as well. Notice this. So I'll be taking a shower and he will move closer to the shower to get the steam that comes out of the shower, and then he'll start to move. It's almost like he's washing himself. He starts to move a lot. He loves it, bro. Loves it. Spiders love humidity. So it's kind of intimate. Like we basically both take showers at the same time. So yeah, Frank's a real one. Why you started nicotine again? You said last time it disrupted your sleep and ED came back. Yeah. So the ED thing is, I really don't think I need an erection where we're going. In these times, I pretty much think it's over. So kind of just given up on that. However, no, the more real answer is that um, I think it had such an effect on my ED and my sleep because I'm just very sensitive to it right now because I haven't done it for so long. I think once I start doing it consistently, drinking coffee and having pouches consistently, that effect will start to lessen. I think I'll build up a tolerance to it, and then it won't have that effect on me. So, because in the past it didn't have that much of an effect on my performance, and sleep. So, I used to sleep fine when I was used to sleep fine. Dick worked. And like I said, it's Schrodinger's dick, dude. I mean, who knows whether it's working or not on any given day, but the thing is, man, it's hard to know. The reason why I say it's Schrodinger's dick is because I think I might have been. It's been. I've had. Guys, you have to understand. Since I was 22, 21, I've had sex like 5 times. So in what is that? It's like 12, 13 years coming up on. I've had sex in real life 5 times. Okay, so and all of them were all of them were terrible. One you can't even really count because it really just wasn't even up. And both were women that I just didn't really want to. They were not sexually attractive to me really all that much. They were just all dark, miserable experiences, but so I think my brain has just gotten so used to porn, and it has such little experience with real women that yes, my dick might work while looking at porn in the comfort of my own home with like no pressure and like not another person in the room. But porn is highly stimulating. It's like the stimulation that you get from porn, like the positions, how hot they are, like the makeup, it's so produced that it's not real life. Women in real life in like bedroom lighting or like dark lighting, or they just don't look like that, and they don't make positions like that. They're not slutty like that. They're just real human beings, and also you're dealing with like smells too. When you're watching porn, you don't smell anything, you don't feel anything, right? You don't see, because all of them they're made to be kind of as perfect as possible. There's no real blemishes. They put makeup on them. They cover their stretch marks. They cover their, any hairs that there might be, or like anything like that. You don't smell their breath. You don't smell the body juices on them. There's no sensory feeling, any sort of weird sensory feelings. You're obviously not thinking about a real person in the room. There's no pressure to perform at all. It's completely different. It's just completely different environment, completely different setting. So I say Schrodinger's dick because if it works, it's fine if it works during porn, but it doesn't mean that it will work with a real woman, because I just don't know if that really gets me going anymore, So is this prime Marshall content? Darth Pornis? Darth Pornis. He is the most honest YouTuber ever. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Schrodinger trying to get quantum entangled with some sweet punyetti. Since when has nicotine ever been a causer of ED? Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's just, I don't think it is. I don't think it is, dude. I think more of my issue is just porn, dude. I have to desexualize my brain, but easier said than done. I'm trying, man, but it's just. Darth Pornis. I'm Darth Pornis. Did I miss a super chat or something? No. Yeah, maybe now that I'm on the caffeine and nicotine and animal products, maybe I'll be a lot more interesting. I don't know. I'm hoping, dude. I'm hoping I'll start to make yeah. I'm hoping that I'll just, make kind of maybe a comeback or something. But as you guys know, the last month or two, it's just, things have been weird for me. Been in a weird mode. You need hub to real women transitioning program in small doses to rewire your brain. Start from small hugs, etc., then go to more intimate stuff. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know how would I do that? See some woman in the grocery store. Hey, can you hug me? I just need, yeah, I just need to start just some hugs. Yeah. No, I would need a woman who understands that it will probably take me. Look, either I can completely swear off porn for the next year or something, and then be cured or whatever, and then start to feel something real women again, or if I'm still looking at porn when a real woman comes into my life, if it ever happens, she'll have to understand that that it will probably take some. There will be a transition period. I probably won't be ready at first. It will take some getting used to. So. A woman that genuinely loves you could work with you by letting you have the porn in the background and slowly help you wean off it. Man, that would be wild. That would be wild. Yeah. Yeah, it would be something like that. It would be something like that. It'd be weird. I'm telling you women, you women don't understand. I don't think people talk about this enough, but you women just don't understand how much of a number porn is doing to men. There's a lot of men that really it's completely taken them out. I don't know how much of you women have experience with being, getting with guys and them just not being able to perform sexually, and maybe you thought, oh, it's because I'm unattractive or whatever. It's almost 99.9% of the time I would guarantee that has nothing to do with you. It's just that these guys are looking at things they're looking at way hotter women. They're looking at way crazier positions, way more stimulating stuff, all basically every day. So, but then some men don't struggle with it at all. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's a universal thing, but yeah, I think it fucks up a lot of men, but then for some men, it doesn't. I feel like for the guys, porn doesn't fuck up guys who also simultaneously have always been having sex with real women. I know guys that have girlfriends, or they're having sex with real women, but they also look at porn and they're fine. But it's because they've always had both at the same time. So it's never just been, they've never lost contact with real women ever. I think the guys that struggle with real women are the guys that lost contact with them and just look at porn, exclusively look at porn. It's kind of a negative feedback loop. The more you look at it and the more you don't have sex with real women, obviously, the harder it's going to be to perform with real women eventually. Oh, what was this? 18 years ago, I got a boner just holding hands with a girl. We're dealing with aging and everything just getting worse at the same time. Try to maintain some baseline of physical stamina at least. Yeah, I remember when I used to get a boner just like making out with a girl, you know? And it would never leave. Crazy thing is um, my sort of dysfunction is so during these last like 11 years, whenever I've had real life sexual encounters with women or something close, you know, when we're like making out or like when I'm like groping them or like grabbing stuff or whatever, feeling them up, I will get hard, but then it will not sustain itself. That's the thing. Initially, I will get hard and then it will just, it will fail. It cannot sustain, which is, that's the problem. Um, yeah. A Jewish rabbi owns Pornhub. Yeah. Need to treat porn like it's fucking murder. Just be honest with her and she may understand. Yeah, I mean, let's not jump to, God, we're jumping ahead of ourselves here. I don't think there's any chick coming in my vicinity anytime soon, but so I don't need to worry about that yet. If a chick does come into my life, then I'll start worrying about that. But being honest with her, I mean, you know, the porn thing I definitely need to worry about right now. Go for a massage. Yeah, that's interesting. Massage. Don't quit cold turkey doesn't work for you? No, it doesn't. Quitting cold turkey does not work for me. Yeah, it never has. Women get really bothered by the porn thing? Yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. I mean, imagine, you know. I don't know. It's weird, you know. You're looking at other women like all the time naked, like sexually releasing yourself. I understand from a woman's perspective that's not what they would want from their significant other. It's kind of like digital cheating in a way, you know. Mm. Yeah, it's considered a form of cheating. Women are clueless to men's sex drive, period. They think they know it, but they don't. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, women have no clue how like just men are constantly like we're just constant. It's constant, bro. Like it's nuts. It's nuts. It's our it's our weakness. Mhm. There's also a use it or lose it factor that's amplified when female contact becomes non-existent. So ironically, it's like a little porn is needed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean for a lot of guys, I mean female contact is really hard to come by, if not impossible. So you do have to use it or lose it. Most guys don't want to just use their imagination all the time. So, especially when there's free porn available, you don't want to drop that porn bomb on the first date. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Although I have thought about, you know, if I was to date a woman, what is better, her not knowing about the channel at all, or her knowing the channel ahead of time? Knowing the channel ahead of time before she dates me, like knowing the channel before she, like if she knows that I have a YouTube channel, is that better? Because, there are a lot of different things to consider here, a lot of different elements. She thinks that, oh, he has like a YouTube channel. Oh my God, like, whatever. I want to bang a YouTuber. I want to be with a YouTuber, whatever. She might think that, and then, might get with me because of that and not really for me. Whatever that means, if that's even a thing, but she might, you know, however, if she doesn't know of the channel and then she starts to date me, I look more like a loser because I don't really have a job and I live in a basement. It's not as appealing, right? However, so it's less likely to bring like the women in initially if I don't disclose that I have a YouTube channel. But it becomes a problem later in the relationship when they discover that I do have a YouTube channel, and then they not only discover that I do, but they discover the content of it, like what I actually talk about, who I am on it. That is pretty tough. That's pretty tough. I'd almost have to say a woman would have to know about my channel ahead of time because of the content in it. I would almost prefer that she knows about it because you have to know, what kind of content I'm putting out there and how like honest I'm being and how unhinged I look and how like radioactive I might be for a public reputation standpoint and all these things. And if you are still like down, if you're still like, you know what, I fuck with this, or like this doesn't deter me at all or anything like that, well then she's probably more like who I want. That's probably you kind of know like I don't know, it gets it out of the way. Gets it out of the way. Whereas she doesn't know about the channel and I, don't disclose it, okay, maybe, yeah, there's a more likely chance that she's into me just for me because I'm 33, I live in a basement, I don't seem to have a job. You're like, how do you make money? I don't know what answer I'm going to give to that, but she's going to be like, this guy seems like a bum. He's going nowhere in life. If she still wants to be with me, well, then damn, she's probably down. She's probably really down. However, she doesn't know she doesn't really know me. She doesn't really know about this channel. And then further along in the relationship, if I have to disclose that, I will have to disclose that I have this channel. It probably won't be long that I can hide it. And then she'll have to make a decision, and then it could be like wasted time if she's like, yeah, no, I'm out. Like that shit's whack, you know? So things that I think about. Better you tell her? Yeah. No, for sure it's better that I tell her. No, she won't find out on her own. Her friend's not gonna tell. No, I'll tell them. I'll tell them, but you're fucked either way. No girlfriend for you. Yeah, probably. If she was into you, she wouldn't care. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the thing Yumiverse was saying the other day. Is like we were watching a video of hers, and she was saying if a woman's into you, there's really very little that you can do as a man to deter her or make her change her mind. I wonder if that goes both ways. If a man's really into a woman, there's very little she can do to deter him. Yeah, I think it kind of goes both ways. If someone's really into you, I mean, I will say when a woman, there is something about like when a woman really is into a guy, like really down for him, really loves him. Um, I have to say, there's something about female loyalty to men it's almost like he, it's almost like you could murder someone and they would still be with you. Like there's a loyalty there that's like it's rare. It's rare. I'm not saying that it's common, but when it does happen, the rare times that you do see it, a woman being loyal to a man, if she's really into him, it's like you can't break that for nothing. Like yeah, it's just it's impossible. Caffeine and nicotine make a great buzz. Just say you were acting. My channel. Just say I was acting. It's funny. What do we got here? Hello? Okay, it's going. All right, Men's Sick Fonseca's going. Looks like I'm gonna have to leave here for tennis and I don't know, 45 minutes or so. So I think I'm gonna have to end it here. I'm gonna have to end it, guys. This was a good stream. I enjoyed this. This was really good. Thank you for all the donations and hanging out, chatting. Always good to see you guys. And yeah, I'll let you I may see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. And I try to do every other day, but I don't know. Who knows? Might be able to do every day now. We're gonna have to go hard now because my biggest donor's not here anymore. So I'm gonna have to really push. So we might have to go every day now. Hopefully that's not martial overload for you. But yeah, I'll let you know how tennis goes. And what's today? Tuesday. Wilson is on the way. Wilson is coming. You guys will see Wilson in the next live stream. Wilson will be here. Wilson will be here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.